is. You want people you trust and think are smart to run for government, but then if anyone I knew said they were doing that, I'd be like, stop, please don't do that.
Yeah,
don't do it.
I said I had a big announcement, and then Natalie was like, oh, is it big? And I was like, yeah, I'm running for president. And she freaked out because that's funny. But no, my big announcement is I had Taco Bell the other night, and I got sick. And I never get sick off of Taco Bell. It's my favorite fast food restaurant. Taco Bell Cantina is one of the best bars in Hollywood. But I got so sick, I don't think I can ever eat Taco Bell again.
Did you say Taco Bell Cantina?
There's a Taco Bell Cantina in Hollywood. Bring your dates, bring the boys, girls, they, thems. Order a little taco, sit at the bar. They have a beer shot special.
What?
They have margaritas. Everybody was getting drunk. People who work in there were getting drunk. And,
Is this
making the food.
Pop-up, or is this something that just exists all the time?
It just exists, and it's
What?
in Hollywood. They were getting drunk in the kitchen, too.
Taco Bell bar?
Yeah, it's a Taco Bell bar.
I don't know. Is this real?
Yeah, it's real.
Are you trying to manifest this
No,
into
it's
reality?
real. It's in Hollywood. I couldn't believe it. It's like all lighting like this. I'm like getting drunk under fluorescent lights, but it's there. It's real.
Do you think that that's a legal operation? Like, is it Taco Bell Corporation sanctioned, or did just a bunch of like employees just turn it into a bar?
No, it's a Taco Bell sanctioned corporation.
Wow.
Yeah. And I saw him like making margaritas and sneaking it out back. I don't want to get him in trouble because I was like, this place is great. But I got sick the other day. I sat on the commode for 2 hours.
Is that your big announcement?
Yeah. Oh. Thank you. And I'm going to therapy tomorrow.
I mean, I do think that is to be applauded. I love that. You can tell them that story.
I can. She'll love it. I got too drunk in one, and it got me food poisoning. Oh, no.
I had no idea there were nightclub Taco Bells.
There's nightclub Taco Bells. Give it a go. I mean,
you said that you were very sick afterwards. Is that maybe?
That was a different time, though, because I went to the cantina, and they were fun, and then I ordered to go to my house, and I just...
Yeah, maybe it doesn't
No.
sit well. Although I think it is that food that does live for 50 years. You know, you could probably eat it then too.
Yeah, maybe that is the safest thing to eat.
And the after times, yeah, you got to raid those fast food joints.
Baja Blast with vodka, game changer. Esther B's 21. I like how you're thinking.
I think that would turn into Baja Blast out my mouth hole real fast. I think that would make me barf.
When's the last time you ate fast food?
I eat fast food. I like, does Panera count as fast food? Not really.
They're nicer. Yeah. I'm talking like Arby's.
I get so stressed out because so many of those companies are the worst. They like fund all of the things that take away human rights.
Right.
But I mean, we all eat it at some time. You know where I like a lot of coffee shop. Like I eat out of coffee beans all the time. Like that's just microwave food.
Right.
If I'm on the road, I'll eat some French fries from wherever. You know?
Yeah, like a Checkers. What's the grossest one? I'm betting on Arby's. Because it just comes in a vat of liquid, and then you have to shake it.
But their curly fries are pretty top tier.
That's right.
I do love them.
Well, let us know in the chat what you think is the most disgusting fast food company.
There was the chain, and I think it was only in the Northeast, called Rax, R-A-X, that I loved as a kid. And it was like a low, I don't know how to say a low budget Arby's because
Trax.
it's Arby's. Rax. And I used to love that shit.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah, Rax, but with an X.
Ooh, and did they have vegetarian options for you?
I mean, I was a kid.
Before. Okay.
I ate all kinds of roast beef sandwiches, don't you worry.
Somebody said Carl's Jr. Carl's Jr. makes me think of like a blowjob at a truck stop. Like that's their level.
That's their niche market for sure.
Right.
Yeah,
we got a comment. I live in a small town in Kansas, and the closest restaurant to me is a Cracker Barrel.
I do it like, I don't know if they're bad people. I don't know who owns them, but I do like a Cracker Barrel. There used to be another chain called Po Folks that was the Northeast version of Cracker Barrel when I was little, and that was about the same caliber. They also had the little things, the games, you know, where you put the pegs and
Oh, yeah.
But we had Po Folks and not Cracker Barrel.
I like that. Well, we got a lot to get into.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know how to segue this.
No, there's no good way. But we've been trying to start at the top of every live stream talking about it, like a modern, a lot of times missing case or something. That we just feel like needs attention.
It's a little highlight. I haven't really seen this on the news, and I know TikTok is poison, but they do show you things, and I'm like, oh, that wasn't on the local news. And the scary thing about what we're going into in this government and this regime is that because it's going to be owned, the media, by a select few people.
Even more so than it already is.
Even more so than now. So good luck finding like the accuracy, the true stories. So
it doesn't. Yeah, God. All right, you want to play that?
Yeah, let's play the clip.
Citibank executive was brutally murdered in her London home, and police believe she knew her killer. Marianne Kilonzi, 43, was found beaten to death in her flat near the River Thames after co-workers raised concerns. She had an impressive 19-year career at Citibank and even ran charity races. Now, investigators are conducting an international manhunt, suspecting the killer has fled abroad. Another successful woman's life cut short by someone she trusted.
That was some weird stock footage in that thing.
That was a weird stock footage. It was one of the few videos on it. But it's just weird that she was such a high-ranking official and then someone that she knew did this to her.
I mean, how many times? It's so, God, it sucks because in those situations, it could be either partner violence and partner violence. It could be because they thought she was getting too uppity.
Right, or too high up in the company. They didn't like that. Maybe she had something. But, definitely my heart goes out to her and her family. And I hope we can find out who did this.
Yeah, that sucks. I haven't looked into that story at all. We're sorry to her family for sure.
Right. But yeah, just another one of those this isn't on ABC, NBC. I mean, obviously it's in.
It's hard because even it's like if you then take it and put it in the hands of people also make shit up for their own agendas. And then you're just like, that's why it's so difficult for people to discern what news is now anymore, because if you don't look past a headline or a fast clip, it's not telling you what's really happening. So you have to cross-check all these different things. And most people don't want to do that. I get it. People are busy. But it's why media literacy is important for kids.
Right. And BuzzFeed broke my brain because they would just be like, here's 10 political facts you didn't know about the state of Texas. And it was just like boom, 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 boom.
And you're not a Hufflepuff. And you've been told that for 15 years now. And you're like,
right.
Wow, I've had all of this yellow and black stuff that I need to now change over to. Well, I think you might be, Slytherin? Not to bring up this, not woman's stuff, but I think you might be a Slytherin.
Me?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Okay, I like them. Those are Malfoys, right? They're the mean boys.
They can be good people. One of the main ones was a good one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm down. I'm down to clown. I've never read the books. I think if
don't start now.
Yeah.
She's kind of ruined everything. So.
Right. What if I started now?
I mean,
what if 20
I
years
think
after?
it's good to read books.
Yeah.
So I say go. I mean, Jackie read Twilight for the first time 5 years ago.
Don't they impregnate a baby or something?
Yeah. They don't impregnate a baby. A man falls in love with a baby.
Oh. Yeah, normal, duh.
I'm sorry. A wolf man falls in love with a baby. I'm sorry. A wolf man falls in love with a half vampire, half human baby.
Oh, right. Got it. Woo.
Yep. Infant looks right at her and goes, I'm in love with her. He does. He looks at an infant and goes, that's going to be mine.
Right. It's like a religious book, right?
Yeah, no, well, we talked a little bit about this before, but she's LDS. So the woman who wrote that is an LDS.
Really? Well, let's you look at that.
It works right in with some of the Book of Mormon, so and the polygamy stuff in the D&C. Anyway, what were we going to switch to after that?
Oh, so it's the Elon Musk getting the treasure.
Oh yeah. So I haven't pulled this article. I don't know which one you have, but I have seen the tiniest bit about little Elon getting all up in our government's information.
Right. Well, they're saying, the more conservative side is saying, well, there's all this overspending and money laundering, and we need somebody in there to really know where the money's going.
Yeah.
But if you look at his businesses, look at how he treated Twitter. It's a cesspool.
I mean,
X now. It's disgusting.
regardless, he has no qualifications to be doing
We didn't
this.
elect him. He's a foreign official. He's from South Africa. He doesn't even go here.
He doesn't even go to this school.
And now he has access to our social security numbers.
We'll pull this up in a second. Does the one you pulled up have the connection to him using like really young guys?
Yeah, there's like a 19 to 24-year-old, like 5 guys, and they bring in their own computers from home and plug it into the White House routers. You can't do that.
The young and experienced engineers aiding Elon Musk's government takeover. Is this from Wired?
Yeah.
Okay. I just like to know if it's...
So Elon said if, those who have all the information control the world, this is what he wants to do. And this is a coup. Coup or a coup. It's a coup, what he's doing, because there was a guy in charge of the budget, of the Treasury, and they fired him because he said, no, Elon can't come in here and get his hands on these files. And so he just got fired, and now they put him in. So this is a coup, what's going on right now. It's not like big guns and blazing. It's just this sneaky, slow, steady.
It's not even sneaky. It's like embarrassing how unsneaky it is. That they've just turned like edgelord meme life into twisting into like government everyday like policies.
Yeah. So if he just doesn't like, I don't know, veterans getting disability checks, he can just say, nope, you don't get it.
I think the really fucking sad, tricky part about this is if that happens, there will still be a huge percentage of veterans who will be like, that's okay. I'm sure it's part of some plan, and probably it has something to do with, Obama's, first presidency, and that's why everything's being stripped down.
Yeah, it's always something around. I knew somebody that was a super duper Trump supporter, and with him, it was just machismo. That was it. Like, he didn't read. He didn't watch the news.
I mean, that's so much of the base,
right? It was just machismo. He's like, well, he's my boy. He's my man. And then he's a man. He gets the job done. And I'm like, Could
you, sir, name one job, please? One of the jobs.
I'm obviously not speaking to this person anymore, but, ugh.
Yeah, the top stories right now when you just put in Elon is Elon Musk targets closure of U.S. humanitarian aid agency. Trump and Musk move to dismantle U.S. aid, igniting battle with Democratic lawmakers. Colorado Democrats call recent actions by Elon Musk, President Trump, illegal. Elon Musk is president. Elon Musk assails Lutheran groups funding as MAGA ire towards mercy for immigrants, I believe is what that's going to say. So, now he is the belle of the ball, and we are now at the mercy of this. And I can't condone violence, so I'm not going to say anything that I'm thinking about right now. No.
So we can assume every hacker in the world just got into those dumb bros computers. Yeah, all of our sensitive information is up.
It doesn't seem like anybody cares or is going to do anything to stop it. So it's one of those, they were showing the doomsday clock. It was 18 seconds to midnight or whatever this year. And I understand why they tell us that, but truly, what do you want me to do about that? I have this information now. What do you want me to do? People who actually can control that don't give a shit, and they're not going to do anything, and we aren't holding them accountable. So what am I to do with this information? Be more scared?
Yeah, that's what it is, to flood the markets. I think it's what Steve Bannon, he said that during the first Trump presidency, he would come out every day with 3 new things. So then you get overwhelmed and shocked, and then the people can just move right in and get to, do whatever they want, basically.
Well, we were talking about last time, too, because we usually go every other Monday, but we had to swap with Who's the Bitch. So we did last week, too. And last week we were talking about what people thought about whether Elon was doing the Nazi salute because he was trying to be like a weird middle-aged edgelord, or if he was doing the distraction thing, or if it was a bunch of different, culmination of stuff. And I didn't pull it up because there's not really any way to verify, but one of his ex-colleagues, I guess, who used to collaborate with him made this big, long post that was just tearing Elon apart, but it gave these 5 reasons that he thought he did the salute. And it is just what you think, which is he's not somebody who's necessarily subscribing to Nazi, he's not like joining a group to like go march in the Western Front or whatever the fuck they call themselves. He has no. He only has Elon. He cares about Elon, and that's it. And he doesn't hold any like loyalty to any group. But that sort of stuff, he doesn't care if people get hurt in the way. He doesn't care who gets hurt. He doesn't care.
Right.
If he's, aligning himself with these people. Also, he doesn't want to make the sort of Bannon side of the right hate him. So that's sort of like this, he's being funny, dog whistle, but is he really? It's like a little bit of a wink. That's what that one guy was saying.
Interesting. Well, he is a narcissist. Oh, someone says Musk has gotten access to USA Jobs, which is where people apply for federal positions. I have several open applications for data science, including one offer. In the last couple of days, all the positions were closed and the offer was withdrawn.
Cool.
What's going to happen?
I'm sorry, Final Engine. That really
sorry.
Sucks. Fancy Lanche. The aero engineering community kind of hates that dude. Has a reputation for chewing up smart young talent, normalizing test to fail engineering. Amazing what they've been able to do, but more and more savvy engineers are avoiding SpaceX. Well, that's
good to know.
Yeah, because the thing you don't necessarily want, I would guess, as an outsider, is somebody who is just a total like Russian roulette style personality who you don't know how he's going to behave, what he's going to do.
Who's very emotional.
Taking people into space because it's, I don't know, terrifying.
Complicated. Mathematical.
And when somebody acts like a child like that, I feel like regardless of what he could bring to the table, you start to not trust that person anymore. Also, as far as anything I've ever read, he doesn't know what he's talking about most of the time. It's more about the confidence of acting like he does, which gets people really far, apparently.
Yeah, I guess just be confident enough. Ginger Paul is 30. I was so worried about everything. I'm a PhD student in public health, and all the data sources are disappearing that we use for research. Guys, is this like a real-time bad thing?
Yeah.
Is this like real time, like we're just slowly crumbling, and we're talking about Arby's sandwiches?
We got to. I mean, what else? You got to sometimes still talk about sandwiches. I do think the positive looking aspect of that is that sometimes it does take really those kind of things to make a big swing in the other direction. Sometimes
maybe
that society does right itself in certain ways, and then the pendulum swings too far, and there has to be like a righting of it.
Yeah, maybe
that's all I have to offer. I'm so sorry, everyone.
Too much too soon, because I mean, women got bank accounts. What, 80s in the 1980s?
Too much too soon. You know what? I think this is because women are getting. They're asking for too much
uppity.
Here.
We're getting a little uppity here.
That's probably the issue. So I'm sorry, and I'm going to take this microphone and throw it away. I'm going to put it in the oven.
I feel like the stuff we're about to see happen to women because the birth rates are low all over the world, and billionaires need their foot soldiers to die in the mills.
I mean, do they even? I don't even know if they do anymore. I think it's just much more a control issue than anything. And they're not. They're lower. This idea, it's like a very, it's like a racist policy. Like the ideology of also it is very much just like, comes from a racist place in a lot of instances. And that's not my greatest concern, and it shouldn't be anybody's really about.
Oh, the birth rates?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's mostly just being so mad at ladies. If you choose someone, I feel like you're just going to get yelled at no matter what.
Yeah.
Single moms yell at them. Women that did pick better and pick no one yell at them.
Just yell. Yeah, for sure.
Yell at them. Happy. What's the world they want?
I don't know. I don't think there's a lot of people thinking 2 steps ahead about anything ever.
Oh.
What do we hear?
Elon crazy truck. Oh, should we play the Elon video? I have a video that sums up what's going on.
Oh, yeah, do that. Throw it up there, please.
Sources confirming that Elon Musk has been given access to the U.S. Treasury Department's vast payment system. The move essentially puts the government's multi-trillion-dollar checkbook in the hands of the world's richest man, and his message about wasteful government spending has been clear.
Your money is being wasted, and the Department of Government Efficiency is going to fix that.
How much do you think we can rip out?
I think we can do at least $2 trillion.
The official who oversaw the federal payment system has been placed on administrative leave after he resisted giving Musk and Doge officials access to the system, which contains sensitive information about millions of Americans who receive Social Security, tax refunds, and other government payments. While Musk's team has access, it has not yet gained operational control of the system, and no government payments have been blocked. That could trigger a legal battle since the money is approved by Congress. Musk has also said he wants to get rid of the penny, noting that the 1 cent coin costs nearly 3 cents to produce.
Elon's doing a good job. He's a big cost cutter.
This weekend, Musk also taking aim at the U.S. Agency for International Development, or USAID, which is in charge of dispensing tens of billions of dollars in foreign aid. Musk writing USAID is a criminal organization. Time for it to die.
To be clear, in shutting down which we're in the process of doing, shutting down USAID.
About 100 staffers were placed on leave after the agency refused to give Musk's team access to classified material. The team was eventually given that access. The Trump administration has already faced legal hurdles while pushing to gain more control of government spending. Just last week, Trump's executive action freezing federal grants and loans was blocked by the courts.
Christiane Cordero, ABC News, Washington.
All right.
What?
Yeah, I hate him too.
The fact that he has a team why does he have a team? He was not elected. I think we normalize this too much in Trump's first run around because he had given positions to his children with no backlash, with nobody stopping it. His fucking daughter just moved into the White House. She just became a government employee with no one being like, this is not okay to do.
Yeah, why are Democrats just sitting by and being like, oh, come on, you guys, stop it.
Oh, they're being the bigger people. That's what we need. We need them to have tea.
This makes me mad at Democrats too.
Of course, everyone's angry.
Fucking losers. Like, get up.
The normalization of some of this I think is one of the biggest problems. And like now we're here where this dude from South Africa who's not in the government, who was not elected for anything, is just now given a team on taxpayers' money to... Why is he having any say in any of this?
And also Hillary Clinton, but her emails...
I mean,
they has 19-year-olds plugging their computer into the White House server. Come the fuck on.
It is beyond the pale. The fact that it's being talked about on the news in such a like blah. Oh, here's another news story, and then we'll do a cute one about how like this puppy that stick's too big for the puppy. How's the puppy carrying it? Just acting like this is as per. It's not. Yeah, there's always fucking horrible government corruption going on. Yeah. There's politicians until where there's money out of the government it's going to be filled with terrible people. But this is not okay. Like, no, why are we just acting like this is normal?
It's a coup. This is a coup. That's what this is. So fuck him.
God, this fucking guy.
It's all machismo. See, remember those clips when they were like at the rally and he's like, what are you going to do to grip out the budget? It's just guys voting with their cocks. Like, that's it. They just slammed their cock on the voting booth and they voted for him. That's it.
It's true, honestly. Protest mothership. As a former 19-year-old, my computer had then so many viruses. Yeah. I think those... Can you imagine what is on those 19-year-olds' computers today? Nothing good.
Oh, yeah.
Don't want to check those hard drives, but we probably should.
A lot of porn, probably, and not the consensual kind.
Oh, God. Ugh.
So we have that, and like speaking of, crazy truck. So
I don't know what this is.
This is just more like what? I saw this on Twitter.
Okay, let's see what. Well, I don't know what we're talking about here.
I'm documenting you. What you doing here? What is your business? Look at this shit. I ain't never seen this shit out here, y'all.
What is that?
This. Look at this. Something is going on. Every street is blocked down. What are they doing here? What? Homeland Security Emergency Management Agency. I ain't never heard of that. HSEMA.
HSEMA?
And he's stuck. They about to let somebody off the back. Y'all, if this don't look like a purge truck, I don't know what the fuck is. It's motherfuckers in there.
I love her. I love her.
It looks like her Holdenator's Ho. Thank you for joining the stream. You guys rated the party. Thank you so much. Welcome. We're just showing some spooky videos. Welcome to Someplace Underneath. A little bit of different.
At the agents at this
Homeland
is what
Security
what
Emergency
we
Management Agency.
What we do as the agency responsible for leading the planning and coordinating of District of Columbia's Homeland Security and Emergency Management efforts. The Homeland Security and Emergency Management Agency works closely with our district, federal, and regional partners to ensure the District of Columbia is prepared to prevent, protect against, respond to, mitigate, and recover from all threats and hazards.
Sorry.
So that's not, that just
I think
words.
I know what it is. Netanyahu was in town this weekend. So
I
federal protection because they blocked off a lot around the White House and stuff.
Thank you, Tirzo.
Thank you, Tirzo. Such a smart clown.
Such a smart little clown.
Yeah, I just never seen a truck like that. And apparently there's ice raids going on everywhere and you don't see it. It's just all through word of mouth.
They do make that truck look like it's from RoboCop. Yeah. I guess that's to intimidate people. I don't really know. It definitely looks ominous. Yeah, that does make sense if Netanyahu was in town. What was he doing?
Saying, hi, guys.
Tirzo.
Netanyahu.
Tirzo, tell me.
Tirzo, get the clearance.
Being sketchy.
Being sketchy.
Great.
But yeah, that's just a fun little, what was that truck? But I'm finding out about purges in Chicago from my Chicago friends and purges, ice raids. You just don't see it on social media. Again.
It's not, a total purge truck, Flux Biota. Yeah. I just,
Sayeth Them says, I got a tour of a truck that looked just like that, and it was full of long-range spy equipment.
Yeah, I imagine there's a ton of weapons inside of that thing. That's for sure.
Not just like balloons and confetti?
I'm just glad we're all spending money so that we can make sure Netanyahu stays safe. That's great.
Yeah.
Everything's fine. It's all good.
Esther's. We got a bunch of subscribers here.
Thank you guys so much. So obviously there's a lot going wrong right now. There was, of course, I wanted to just play this. We've been talking off and on about the Luigi incident. People are not really speaking about it, but he is actually supposed to go back to trial, I think this month. He's going to face some portion of the process. I don't remember what it is, but
I had a dream about him the other night, and I met him, and he didn't like me as a person, and I was kind of bummed out.
I feel like this is good for tomorrow. It's a good thing to talk about.
We were all having I got an appetizer. We were all like friends sitting around to eat, so I pitched in for my app, and he's like, "But you got to pay half of split it all down." And I was like, "But I only got the appetizer." He's like, "No, we split the check evenly."
So wait, are you in that dream? Are you the healthcare system?
Maybe. Because I was like,
wow.
no, but I only got the appetizer. I forget, like chicken wings or something. I was like, so I paid like my 15, And he's like, no, we need to split it all down evenly. He didn't like me in my dream.
Symbolism.
Damn. All right, well, we got something on him.
So I just thought, I actually don't know this woman who's making this point. I don't know enough about her background to say if she did something good or bad. I don't know. Every time I feel like I need to add that caveat when I post something. But I thought she had made really good points about why people are kind of joining around his cause, which right now is his trial, and not being sad that he did this. And also this crazy phenomenon that we saw where very extreme opposite ends of the political spectrum are conjoining together and being like, this isn't a culture war, this is a class war, because I think that that's important to maybe talk about that more than we are, that the class war is actually something that is the big problem.
Is the thing, maybe if Musk takes away their veteran insurance, then people will be like, oh, fuck it.
I hope, Amber. I'm not convinced that that's going to happen. That's the scary part. But these things, I'm not condoning violence, but sometimes these extreme actions do wake people up. And I just think that this person really puts this succinctly, if you want to play that clip.
There's no heroism in what Mangione did. Any attempt to rationalize is vile, reckless, and offensive.
Who's she talking about? People like this?
He literally stood in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shot someone in broad daylight, and everybody loves him. I think that is a beautiful thing.
Beautiful thing? Everybody loves him? Jamie Peck does. Why? Help me understand. Why is it a beautiful thing?
I was definitely joking a little bit, but I do think to call this an act of terrorism is an insult to the intelligence of the American people. Terrorism is something designed to strike fear into the hearts of the general population. Nobody but a tiny class of CEOs has been made to live in fear by Luigi's actions, but nearly everybody knows what it's like to live in fear of having a necessary medical claim denied, the fear of having your life ruined or potentially ended by a stack of medical bills. On the subject of terrorism, 3,000 Americans lost their lives on 9/11, right? This is the largest terrorist attack this country has ever seen. An estimated 190,000 people are murdered each year by our broken healthcare system. That is the equivalent of 52 9/11s worth of deaths every year. Again, one 9/11 every single week indefinitely until someone puts a stop to this madness.
So I think that that's a valid argument to be made about why people aren't sad that this happened. And I think people going on the news, people in power, like that woman who I don't even know who she was at the very beginning, saying that it's
Majority Report. Sorry.
Oh, so, that lady used to be on Majority Report. Which one? The last? I'm sorry, Jamie Peck.
The lady who was just talking to Chris Cuomo.
Okay, used to be on Majority Report. I think that the more that, news people from the police force, people from politics try to shame people for somewhat celebrating this, the further they're going to push people away from trusting them. Because it doesn't seem that complicated to understand why people are angry. And if you are being willfully ignorant about that, it's only going to make you less, people are going to trust you less, and they're not going to want to listen to what you're saying, and they're going to want to fight against what's happening because it is fucked up. It's wrong,
right? And
what our healthcare system is doing.
You could say, like, we just got to vote the right person in power. Look what happened. Look what's happening now.
It's not that simple, obviously. Like, look at it for sure, what's happening. And then the people who do oppose what's going on are either unwilling or unable to stop any of it, I guess. And so what's going to happen now?
I don't know.
What's going to happen?
I mean, this is what happens when you keep pushing people to the edge. What do you think? We're just going to willingly go into chattel slavery? Like, I don't understand.
I don't know.
We're the abominable human spirit?
I don't know, man.
I don't know. This is what happens. This is what you get. So we got, this fun little Patriot guy.
Oh, okay. So I wanted to bring this up because specifically we are covering the LDS Church on our proper season. We are currently talking about how some violence in the episodes that are coming out right now, how the violent background of the LDS Church that they, kind of tried to hide somewhat, bleeds into some of the stuff that goes on now in the modern church and also some of their doctrine. And one of the things that we haven't gotten to yet is the very open white nationalism that's a part of the base of the religion, even if they don't acknowledge that now. That is undeniably part of the original premise of the religion, is that, there were white people here who were, overtaken by Lamanites who were dark people, and they were the bad ones. And when you get more holy towards God, you become lighter skinned. That is literally part of the original doctrine. So white nationalism is something that is baked into it, and it's probably not going to be a huge shock that there's a lot of white nationalist splinter groups that are out there. And there was just that's the old one. Sorry, 1 second, guys. Can you pull up the article that I gave you? I think that's the old one. There's a new one that just happened. Where did it go?
Patriot Front? Is that what they're called?
Yeah, there was a Patriot Front march yes, there we go. So there was just recently the other day, a new Patriot Front march. It's in an area of Utah called Harriman. That's just a little bit south of Salt Lake City. It's definitely in the Mormon Belt. It's right along the line of all of it. So somebody was just filming that. That was like phone footage of somebody. Do I hear something? Okay, we're good. So that was you've seen these guys. They cover their faces up. They
khaki pants, right?
Yes, they march around. They do their little. They coordinate their little outfits. You know, somebody made the fashion choices for them. I don't know if they voted on it or.
I don't know. I can't imagine being a wife and like ironing those khaki pants and like packing my husband a sandwich for him to go and just like march around and be a bad guy.
It's pretty embarrassing.
It's embarrassing. Aren't you, girls, stand up. Aren't you embarrassed?
Yeah, so these little dorks were tromping around being big, scary bad boys, talking about, obviously, it's about what's happening right now, which is the immigration, I don't want to call it discourse. ICE is coming and being bad, and they're doing their, like, get out of here. This is ours. Get out. This is mine. It's kind of like what they're doing when they're walking around. They're saying, like, they were chanting shit. You know, you fucking know what's going on. But it's not probably a coincidence that it was happening in the Mormon Belt. We don't have the identities of these guys because they're technically not breaking any laws. They were peacefully protesting. It's not something that can be stopped. Even if the law wanted to. I don't know if the cops would have wanted to in this area, but they were doing what we're allowed to do as Americans, and that's true. They weren't doing something that was necessarily, obviously, I find it instigating. Like, I think that they were trying to instigate people, but...
What were they doing on their little protest?
Just marching around.
Just marching around.
With their flags, their little flags.
I'm trying to relate these to, like, these are the guys in high school that got, like, pushed in a locker, you know?
A lot of them probably, but also I'm going to say, I don't have proof, but I imagine some of them are LDS members active right now, and I'm not just pulling that out of my ass. This has been shown before. So this same group of guys do this stuff all the time, right? They show up in their little, they cover their faces because they're little scared boys. They don't want to show anybody. And so they come out and they do, you know, they intimidate people. They sometimes show up at different speaking events. They come to rallies trying to antagonize people. And there was one a couple years ago, you guys might remember. You can pull the other article up now if you want. So this was in 2022. 6 Utahns amongst white nationalist group arrested near Idaho Pride event. So this was a Pride event happening in Idaho, as the article says, where it was the same group, Patriot Front. They were coming, and the reason that they got arrested was because there was a bunch of communications happening that they were intending to start a riot, which is not legal. So they had there was like a sting. Either somebody was infiltrating it from police or somebody tipped them off or whatever, but there was a bunch of communication. They were planning to cause violence at a Pride event. Man, I gotta say, that is bold to do a Pride event in Idaho. I feel that would be very scary, and no offense to people in Idaho, but there's a lot of extremist groups out there, and I can't imagine it's like a super safe thing to do, not to shame them whatsoever. It's just a brave thing
also,
to
like,
partake
whoever
in.
like infiltrated that to sting, that's got to be scary. Because what if you just like going in every day to these like big scary guys and you just have to pretend like, yeah, I'm one of you, ha ha.
I mean, there are people who do it. It's an important job, and we have to be grateful for that. But yeah, sometimes they spend years, inside of those groups, and so in this Patriot Front arrest, they listed all of the guys who got arrested. There were 31 people who were arrested in that 2022 sting. And I think the internet sleuthing, it ended up being they found at least 10 of the 31 were active LDS members, including some who had their mission photos up on, their social media and stuff, because their full names were released to the public. People just went and searched and did all their, media sleuthing. And at least 10 of the 31 were active Mormons in that 2022 arrest.
Damn, and I guess it fits with the religion of like the darker skin.
Yeah. So they go hand in hand. Oh, maybe there's some kind of ads playing. We're getting some extra feedback here of other people.
Back when I was on X, I remember, because I would kind of like lurk on these conservative guys, because they're everywhere, you know, you can't escape it. And they would just call these Patriot Fronts. They said that they were like an FBI sting to get people to sign up and then be like, get him.
I mean, that's quite, I don't know who started it. I don't know enough about Patriot Front, but there are people who are definitely doing it because they are white nationalists.
Yeah.
And of course they are, a lot of them are on the younger side. It doesn't make it okay. But when this was being discovered that a bunch of the people from the 2022 arrests were LDS, people were coming forward saying, yeah, these guys, like, it's not necessarily condoned by the school, but they go and recruit at BYU Idaho all the time.
Really?
Yeah, like it's not like school sanctioned, but the school doesn't seem to necessarily be putting a stop to it either.
And boys will be boys.
Right.
Are there any girl Patriot Fronts?
I mean, there's probably pygmies who do maybe they iron all the underpants stuff, you know?
Maybe that's what
when they get nervous and they get little, like, you know, they get their skid marks and maybe they wash them in like one of those buckets with the thing. They go down to the creek.
Yeah.
And they wash them like that.
What is it with like some of these guys that don't like to wipe their ass? I know it's not every man, of course, but a lot of conservative guys, I think they think it's gay.
I think it's also they think that mommy should be doing it, you know. Mommy might have been doing it for a long time in life.
Because there's literal like memes and stuff on Instagram where a guy will be in his truck and be like, my daddy told me if you can't find a woman that can clean off your skid marks, she ain't for you. And I'm like, sir, this is, we should be knowing less about each other.
What a lucky lady.
No.
Yeah, so that is something that is connected to why we're covering the LDS Church and why there are so many dark avenues. It's because of things like this Patriot Front group that just, again, did this march intimidating people.
Terrorisms.
And like the one that just happened, they couldn't connect them to any, you know, plan for them to hurt anyone, but you're tromping around in your boots and your gloves and your face is covered with these huge flags, intimidating people. And especially because in this one that just happened, they are trying to intimidate immigrants. They're not focused on the Elons of the world. That's not who they're trying to intimidate. No. And this is baked into a lot of LDS stuff. So I just wanted to, you know, talk about that because it was a news story that came up.
Yeah. Well, fuck them. But don't literally fuck them.
Ew.
Do you think they'd be better? Do you think they would give up Patriot Front if they got laid?
I bet you some of them are married. You know, probably not. I think that they definitely feel some kind of they don't feel good about themselves in some way, shape, or form, and they're trying to project whatever.
Maybe.
I think that they are suffering. I don't want to say suffering, but I feel like they feel emasculated for some reason. They feel...
Back when men were men. But here's the thing, they've always been saying that. Like, men used to be real men. They said it, and Aristotle was saying that shit.
I would ask them to explain what that means. Because I don't think that they would understand context and history at all. There's just no planning forward or backwards. It's just like, right now when I'm mad and it's because of all of these things, and don't ask me to check and don't tell me what I'm talking about because I know what I'm talking about, and anybody who says I'm lying is wrong and they're stupid and they're the devil and I'm good.
Yeah. Mommy says I'm special.
Mommy says I'm special for sure.
That's probably the only lady that did.
Yeah.
So we have abortion, a story about abortion.
And now we have abortions. Speaking of people who should have been aborted.
Yeah.
So this is for the whole country of news. You guys have probably, if you follow women's reproductive stuff at all, probably know that during the campaign, the presidential campaign, the people who were trying to justify voting for Trump, who also were pro-choice, were saying, don't worry, guys. He's just saying it's going to leave it up to the states. The states can make the states do the states. And, of course, that was complete shit, regardless if I don't agree with it anyway. But obviously that wasn't going to be the case.
No.
We have a bunch of like fanatical evangelicals in the top parts of our government. Of course, they're immediately going to go, yeah, we'll leave it up to the states. And then they're just like, whatever they can do to like rip away women's like autonomy.
No, they're going
to
give us the death penalty for getting an abortion. That's like the next in line.
Yeah. So a guy who is trying to make that happen, essentially, like he's like a couple steps from saying those words. But there's a guy who is a rep of Missouri. His name's Eric Burleson.
Oh, is this the guy that looks like a sleep apnea demon or something?
Yeah, you want to show him?
Yeah, trigger warning. He's at the foot of your bed.
Doesn't that look like I put like a scary filter over it?
Yeah, that's him.
This is a screenshot directly from an official website.
That's his real eyes.
That was not, I didn't do anything to that picture. They just put that up there willingly. So he's the guy who, what's it called? What is it called? He footed the bill, started the bill.
Yeah, he started it.
Proposed. Sponsored. Introduced, maybe?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. He made it. It's a prop. Did I give you an article about it?
Push for life at conception.
So,
all right.
Yeah. So this gentleman, he proposed this thing. It's not going to happen. It's probably not going to ever pass. It's less about the idea that it will or won't pass and more about that there was like 60 plus other people who were like sponsoring or whatever they call it when they're like, yes, when they all like push it up and they go like, yeah, we want this too. So a bunch of people in our top government are excited about it and are cheering it on and want them to do that.
Doesn't Elon have 12 kids and like just doesn't take care of them?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, the hypocrisy of those dudes is like, it's not even, the people who should care are never going to care.
No.
They don't care what he does.
Like, I just want to put my dick in you and then you deal with it. You deal with it. That's what all these guys are. Yeah. Sorry, I jumped over you. So they're like, as soon as the sperm hits that egg, it's a life, baby.
So the thing about this dude and what he wants to do, it is a right to life. What he wants to happen is a national abortion ban from conception. It's not really probably going to happen, just so we're clear. I don't want to send this out being like, be afraid. It's HR 722, if you guys want to look it up. But he's essentially saying, and all of these people also agreed with him, that he wants, here, you want to pull that first clip up from that Substack I gave you?
We knew this was coming.
So this is a Substack from an author, and she's just talking about all of the terrible things that are going on with women's reproductive rights. And she writes in her Substack that after pledging to, quote, leave abortions to the states, more than 6 House Republicans have sponsored a total abortion ban introduced by Rep. Eric Burleson. The Life at Conception Act is a fetal personhood bill that declares that fetuses, embryos, and fertilized eggs are full humans under the 14th Amendment of the Constitution. So that's fertilized eggs are now people.
That's right. And that means no morning after pill, no birth control.
No.
None of that. And if you have complications that would require you to get birth control, say maybe you have PCOS. Sorry, maybe you have cystic fibrosis. Sorry, can't do that.
And again, this isn't passing almost certainly, but this is what's being brought to the national stage now and being taken seriously by people. This fucking guy from Missouri, like just boldly. And I got to say, by the way, that guy is on the board of a battered women's shelter in Missouri. That scares the shit out of me. Yeah. So, and also he has 2 daughters, which is really fun. 2 young daughters.
God.
But to me, what I find, they're not going to think about it, but like the perplexing concept of You think that every fertilized egg that could viably turn into a human being in the history of time should have been born. Do you know what that would look like? Do you know what your life would be? You wouldn't be alive because we would never sustain that amount of human beings. We would have collapsed already on the like there's no right. That's not how nature works even.
And also, isn't it so common for women to have miscarriages before 3 months that women just won't even say I'm pregnant because it's so common to have a miscarriage.
Oh yeah.
Your body rejects it. It's just like, what's going on here?
I think even the concept of the idea of saying a fertilized egg is a human means that you can delve into like women's personal lives. Like you get to take more control over what they've done, what they're going to do.
Right.
To try to micromanage whether a woman has a fertilized egg inside of her would take a level of like torturous control that I don't even think that they would. I don't know what they think what would happen if they did this. If this actually passed, what the fuck do they think is going to happen?
We would all be on a period tracking app, and when you're fertile, you're going to go get raped by someone in the government.
But like, to what end? Do you understand like that this is not a viable thing that humans can withstand the concept of? If this were to pass, the amount of infrastructure, the amount of money, the amount of like entire societal collapse that would happen is just like almost inconceivable.
They don't care. They just hate women. It's the whole like, well, he's my guy. He's a big guy.
It's just madness to me.
Me and my boys and Trump. That's it.
No forethought to 2 steps ahead of yourself ever.
It's just they've got a throbbing cock in their hands and they want to kill everyone with it. I was talking to somebody, again, that person I don't speak to anymore, and it's interesting how our algorithms are so different because he had never even heard of the women dying from all the abortion bans. So, well, I haven't seen it. I immediately sent him like 3 articles, and he was like, oh, yeah, that's bad, but, Trump will leave it up to the states. And I was like, no, he's not. I just said, never talk to me again.
Yeah.
I said, never talk to me again. And I blocked him.
And that mentality, too, is very flippant and apathetic. But then the other side of it, which is like, that's a huge problem, too. That is a huge problem, the apathy and the just disregard and like, not my problem. But the other side of it is this, like, I think there's such a challenge to talk to people with the mindset of conception being immaculate or like, already predestined to be existing. Where, like, if it's somebody who's thinking about that fertilized egg as like coming from like this like cabbage patch in outer space, that there's just this big hand, it's just like tilling the soil around the babies, and then the hand comes down and goes, Jimmy, and then like shoots the baby down to earth.
Yeah.
When you think about it in those terms, you can't think about science or rationality or biology or human rights. Like you can only think about, well, this Jimmy was already predestined to come down from outer space onto Earth. So like you're killing Jimmy, like that mentality. I don't know how you reach somebody who's in that mindset.
Yeah, where everything's just like mysticism. Well, somebody says they don't care about the perfect scenario of that passed bill. They're thinking about enforcement, which is about punishing and controlling women and people's bodies.
Cabbage Witch, I agree. I just feel like if that happened, they don't really understand what they're saying that they want, because it would become like their lives would also become miserable. Like that's not something where like there's this like, I don't know if they think they're like envisioning this like perfect utopia where everybody is just like following their orders and like everybody. It's going to be a hellscape.
Yeah, their whole thing is anger. It's just unprocessed things, probably from a lot of daddy issues, and it's just unprocessed rage. And every decision they make is like, how can I punish?
I definitely think that's true. I definitely think that's probably true. Yeah,
that's something my mom would always say. Like, have you been punished enough? I don't know if you've been punished enough. And I'm going to talk about that tomorrow in therapy.
I really think you should. That's intense.
Is that normal? Does people's moms on here or dads say, like, I don't know if you've been punished enough, you got to be punished enough?
Like, if you did something bad as a kid?
Like, if you did something bad as a kid. Like, what's the, like, we need to make sure you're good and punished.
Like, you've suffered enough?
Yeah, like you suffered. People are saying, no, that's not okay. Nope. All right. Not normal. That's trauma, babe. Not normal.
We've got trauma, trauma. Yeah.
I thought that was fucking normal. Wow.
Yeah. That's sad. It really is sad because that is sort of the idea that they want you to feel pain to because you like, I don't know, betrayed them or betrayed God or something, that like you deserve to hurt because of it. That's really sad.
Like, what's the appropriate amount of punishment?
Yeah.
I don't know if she's been punished enough.
I don't think that works because you left and went to godless New York.
I went to godless New York and I'm not calling anybody. Yeah, you punished me. You punished me out of the house. I'm not coming home.
Yeah. I mean, it's so true.
All right. Ed is right. Send soup. Yeah, because my mom is getting sick. But the thing is she brought me to this vintage store and they had a fucking Nazi flag. And she's like, it's just history, and kind of laughs. And I'm like, whoa. And like Hitler's on the TV talking. And I'm like, this is not okay. And of course, because I'm alone and no cell phone service, I have to pretend like everything's fine.
That's so scary.
Which it's not. And I want to scream and cry. And I'm like walking around with this buggy just around bullets and guns and Nazi flags. And now she's kind of sick. She's like, when are you going to come home? I'm like, never.
Yeah, that sucks, man.
Sorry.
It's really sad. And I am sorry that that's happening. But yeah, that's scary. That sounds like a nightmare.
It's a fucking
like being in
nightmare.
the middle of like a swamp, just like guys with bullets and SS patches.
And I just have to walk. And like, of course, I can't be like, you guys, this is wrong. They're going to fucking kill me.
Amber, you should have bravely, you should have told them about our show and they would have turned the table.
You guys ever talked about intersectional feminism? What do you guys think?
Let me rap with you guys. Just turn the seat around backwards. Be like, hey guys, what's going on with you?
Hey, come on.
Let's talk about it. All right, we're out of other stuff now.
We're out of time. Stuff. We got a couple funny videos. So this woman, oh yeah, is it okay?
Oh no, I don't care. I mean, yeah.
So this woman, this is one of my favorite things going on in the media right now. She is like 33 years old-ish from New York, and then she somehow gets this 19-year-old guy from Pakistan to like, she's like, what's it called? Catfishes kind of, and then gets him to marry each other on the internet. And so she goes to, have you seen this?
No, I don't know what's happening.
So this woman, this New Yorker, she shows up to Pakistan and won't leave and is being very demanding about needing money and like, you got to fix this and you got to fix the bus rails. She's like very New York about it. And they're being so nice to her and just like, sister, please. She's like, Allah's the best, fix the bus system.
Let me see.
And this is kind of a couple videos of her.
Not talking unless y'all giving me land and 2,000 or more every week. You hear me? Yeah. I'm getting my Pakistani passport and Pakistani ID. I'm getting it. Do y'all agree? Mind your business. What? Talk.
Oh my God.
I'm getting one. Do you have one?
I have Pakistani passport.
Oh, you do? Okay, good. Listen. I don't live here. I'm chilling. It's none of your business. Now go home. Here. Take it.
What are you doing here?
Take it.
Not your place. If you haven't found him, what's your plan?
Back that up.
Oh.
So
wow,
she is just like being a boss in Pakistan, and everybody's just. And
this is real.
This is real. Obviously, she's going through an episode. You can tell by the eyebrows, and they're like drawn on.
I don't know. She sounds pretty on point to me. She sounds more together than most politicians.
Yes, she's making demands, and here's like the people just being nice to her.
I got things to do. I'm asking for 100K or more. I need 20K by this week, okay, in my pockets, in cash, okay? That's a demand to the government.
ये हमारी American sister जो है, my dear American sister.
Listen, I'm from Pakistan. Respect to the law, respect for the law, respect to Allah, and respect to God. Make sure y'all get this on your camera. I'm married to Nidel Hamid. I'm Onaija Hamid. We are moving to Dubai very soon. We're going to have our baby in Dubai. Okay. Goodbye. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you.
I'm sorry.
100K. for real estate.
So where are
Y'all
you
came
going
out.
right now?
Right now, I'm going to my business. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Clear the way.
Okay.
She's just being like, clear the way. And they're listening to her.
What? I need to look. I don't know what is going on there.
All over. It's kind of hilarious. Pakistan isn't the best to women. That's what a lot of people are saying. But the fact that she's just schooling these dudes and being like, I need $20K land. I'm married. I'm going to Dubai.
Wow. I have so many questions. Is she okay? Like,
I don't think I think she's going through a manic episode.
I just mean, like, is she safe there?
No.
Wow. That is, I've never seen anything like that before.
Yeah, she's just bossing around. There was a video of her having some dal, and they were just being so nice. She's like, this is good dal. I like it. And they're just like, oh, yes, miss, yes.
Why?
I don't know.
Wow, sometimes some guys do want to just be bossed around a little bit.
I guess so, boss them around. All right.
Well, she's being more effective than anyone is right now. So over here.
Oh, we got a bunch of subs.
We got to go. We got to thank you guys so much. We don't have to thank you. We want to thank you.
Yes.
Zero Player 33 subscribed. Small Shart subscribed. And not Anaya subscribed. Esther BAZ21 gifted a sub. Gar43, what's up, dude? Gifted a sub. Shmia gifted a sub. Jehovah's Thickness 35, love that, gifted a sub. Thank you so much for being here. No Dogs got canceled tonight. Oh no.
Yeah.
Marcus is working really hard on the series right now.
Yeah,
that's probably why.
Close your eyes and pretend that you're listening to some Peruvian punk underground music, and that'll be just like No Dogs, right? Don't they have like oddly specific genres?
Are you calling them music snobs? Because they are. They are, I think, being less niche with their upcoming stuff. But I mean, they're always great.
I want to see them do like new metal, like Korn and Limp Bizkit.
I mean, people have said that, going to Stained. No, I don't think that's going to happen.
Stand alone. I don't think.
Oh no, Amber, don't die. That's why you need. That's the podcast you can start.
Yeah. Oh man, we love you guys. Yeah. Stand alone. Oh,
we're with you. You never have to stand alone.
Should I sing that to my therapist tomorrow?
Yeah.
Damn, I'm glad we talked about the punishment thing. Whew. Ha. All right. God.
You're all set.
I'm all set. Thanks, guys. We love you.